Hello there my fellow Holotable heroes and welcome to another roster review. So let's start by giving a shout out to today's Holotable hero Pong Talong, and as well give shout out to their guild TORC Cantonica the Old Republic Cantina, maybe? I don't know, let me know in the comments below if you do know what TORC stands for. Let's have a look at their roster, what they're rocking. So they got 11.3 mil GP, so a nice kind of, towards end game-ish account, I guess. They've got all the Galactic Legends except Ahsoka. Just looking, they've got Riva, they got a lot of stuff. So I guess let's see what they're looking for in terms of today's review. So they gave me quite a lot of details, but essentially to summarize, they just kind of want to more or less like collect the characters, so they're not like heavily invested, looks like, in any of the game modes. However, they do want to be a good guild mate, and kind of recently their guild has been asking them to relic up certain units for certain missions and territory battles, so they've been doing that. So that's very good, obviously, to hear. And what I would actually like feedback on is kind of a priority in terms of obviously who to gear up past it, gear 9, gear 10, Karotech Gate, and then as well, in terms of any sort of Omicrons, I would suggest, and as well who to maybe push higher up for relics, because from what I can see, whatever saying that mostly when it comes to relicking, they just relic whatever is required for a certain unlock. That's why like all the Galactic Legends are kind of a relic 7, and only high relics are the ones that are actually needed for something. And that is the absolute correct way, if you're free to play, of going about and doing your relicking. It's how I've always been doing as well, up until recently, about a year or two ago, where obviously I started pushing for higher relics because of territory battles, because I wanted to create video guides for you. If I wouldn't be doing that, I probably as well would be a bit more conservative within going beyond relic 7 and things like that. So definitely we'll be looking at, maybe who can we push a little bit higher up in the relics that they do have now, in terms of, any Omicron priorities and things like that. Something to mention about mods. In terms of mods, I would say overall they're kind of in good place. Obviously, I had a look a little bit some of the units, and I'll just highlight a few key adjustments I would suggest them to make. So, a little bit we'll be talking about mods as well, but I guess also what we do want to focus on a little bit today is they are kind of casual Grand Arena player and things like that. However, they do feel like, they could a little bit update, improve their defense. So we'll be looking at that as well. So mostly we'll kind of be seeing what to farm next in terms of legendaries, what to relic up for Grand Arena, maybe territory battles and things like that. Now in terms of the ships, before we go into that, they've got everything, so nothing to say about ships really. They got all the Galactic Legend ships at 7 stars, which is nice. Datacrons, okay, they've got a few, so just probably how when they're playing Conquest, so that's fine. And let's go ahead now and just again, I'll just go through the factions where there is something to mention about. The other factions I will not cover. It means they are in a good place, or it's not something they need to really think about just yet. So first things, 501st, they're all there, which is great. However, I do have some notes around modding. So in terms of mods for John Skywalker, you would probably want an offense set instead of maybe a health set, and then also all the primaries. Let's make sure they are protection, so they're protection there as well, and protection there as well, because John Skywalker really needs to be standing up as long as possible. That's why he needs primary protection, and offensive boost then we actually give him from the offense set. So that's what I would suggest they change on General Skywalker. Then the next faction we'll have a look at is Empire. So let's see what notes I have there. Oh, again, some modding suggestions. So for Lord Vader, let's complete the speed set, shall we? You got free speed set, free health set, so I guess one of the health mods, let's replace it with a speed mod so you get more speed. And then in terms of primaries, like John Skywalker, you probably want protection on the cross. You can actually go with critical damage on triangle just to boost damage a bit, and that's fine as well. But yeah, mainly let's get that speed set complete on Lord Vader. And then obviously we will want to push Throne to Relic 7 to work for Balin unlock. That's what's Empire. And then First Order, let's go and have a look. So they do have Ray unlocked, and that goes to, like, you know, there's that gear 9, gear 10 Karotech kind of gate that's happening. Obviously Ray is very good, so at some point you will want to get her, you know, Relic up, even push her to Relic 7 because she's doing some nice damage, and you know, she really is worth it, all 3 Omicrons, I would say. But probably not the highest priority, because probably where you're at in Grand Arena, like Halloran, even without Darkrai, probably does mostly what Kylo needs to do for you, but it's definitely something further down the line you will want to you know, push higher up. And then let's have a look at Galactic Republic. So they do have Queen Amidala, Master Qui-Gon and Padawan, and Ki-Adi-Mundi already Relic top, which is great. So let's just get him to Relic 3, you know, just to give him a bit of a boost from Relic 1 to Relic 3, and then in case, you know, you do want to slap on Datacron on them, you know, those level 6s, they will apply on them as well, obviously, if they are the right faction. So I would just suggest push these 4 guys up to Relic 3, just, you know, give them a bit of a boost, because Relic 1, you know, it's not that great, is it? Let's have a look then at Hot Cartel. So just a couple of, again, mod changes I would suggest on Jabba. We do have a complete speed set here. Very well done. So let's see, you will also want to have health primary on the cross and as well as the triangle. So a couple of mod changes there I would suggest. And then Imperial Remnants, let's have a look. So similar like with Queen Amidala, they do have Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, but only at Relic 1. So let's push him, Enoch, OG Gideon to Relic 3, and then we'll push Peridia to Relic 7 for the Belen unlock. So obviously this will give you another nice team to use in Territory Wars and Territory Battles, like I have a fully relic Imperial Remnant squad. So I would suggest to do that. Let's have a look. Imperial Troopers, what do we have there? Yeah, so just Aiden, maybe just push her to, you know, Relic 3, or, you know, at minimum gear 12, just to boost her ship a bit. Well, it depends what you use her ship for. If you have no use for her TIE Defender, you could just leave her there, but you know, I would suggest to do that at some point as well. Jedi, just some, I guess, notes on Jedi Master Luke's modding. Complete speed set, which is good. So both cross and triangle, let's slap protection on Jedi Master Luke, especially at Relic 7, right? You need as much protection as you can on him, so his Inherited Teachings ability does way more damage because it's based off his protection. Mandalorians, they do have all the Mandalorian unlock requirements done for Bo-Katan Mandalore, so it looks like they'll be unlocking her, you know, whenever the event is up next time. Or is it permanent now in Journey Guide? I don't know yet. So obviously once you do unlock Bo, you will want to get her to Relic 7, at least, you know, 1 if not 2 Omicrons saved up for her, because, you know, she does have on Tatooine a special mission and she needs to be that Relic 7 for that one. And then in terms of Night Sisters, okay, we've got most Night Sisters here, so let's farm up Great Mothers and Morgan, get him to Relic 7. They're required to unlock Balin. Let's get Marin up to Relic 7, slap an Omicron on her, and get Death Trooper up to Relic 7 as well, because, you know, he's needed for Ahsoka, I think. But what this will allow you then is obviously to have a team for Dathomir Marin's special mission with Great Mothers and everything. So another kind of a team that's useful in Territory Wars, Territory Battles, and as well Grand Arena. So it's kind of a, you know, you invest in this team once and then you can use it everywhere pretty much. Let's have a look. So Phoenix, they do have Captain Rex, obviously Relic 7 from Leia farm. Let's slap an Omicron on him as well, especially in 3v3 it will come handy. Let's have a look. Rebels, okay. Leia, yeah, let's put a speed set on her. She needs to be fast, so, you know, you do have 1 speed mod on her, so can we find 3 more? I think that would be very helpful. And then Rebel Fighters are up next. Now I was looking, you know, they have Luthen, as you can see here, unlocked. So with Luthen, he can kind of go 2 ways, really. He's great both with Mon Mothma and Saw, but initially I said, you know, maybe Mothma because you don't have to invest in other guys, but then I saw they don't have POW, they don't have Scout. So then it almost makes more sense just to forget about Mothma lineup and just go push Saw actually up, Kara and Luthen. Push these guys up, and you know, you will then have a Rebel Fighters squad with Saw's Omicron, Luthen's Omicron, and you know, they'll be pretty good. And Mothma always has a place with Galactic Legend Leia, so you know, you can just slap her in there like with R2, Drogon, and I don't know, Old Ben or something like that. You know, Mothma, you know, she can work with Leia as well. She doesn't need to be in her own team anymore. Then in terms of resistance, let's have a look. Rey, all health sets, which is fine. However, you do want to have health primaries then everywhere if you are modding for health. Well, I guess offense on cross is not too bad if you have all health sets anyway, but definitely, you know, you will want to have health on triangle there, and definitely health on the cross. Speed, okay, it's fine, I guess. So at least these two, cross and triangle, if you can make them health, I think that would help you out a bit. And then Rogue One, it's like similar like everybody else, right? You've got 4 Rogue Ones at Relic because of Profundity Farm. I always say, let's just finish up K2 just to complete your Rogue One squad, get him to Relics. Just get him to Relic for the K2. You know, it's always good to have a tank in your squad a little bit to help you out. And then we have Sith. Let's go have a look. They've got Omicron Savage, which is great, so let's get Savage up to Relic 3, and also let's get Nihilus to Relic 3, just that we have kind of a complete Traya Relic up squad. Now Cyan, it's okay, I'm not gonna recommend to Relic Cyan, because you know, you can always use Sith Empire Trooper or Dooku and Talon with Traya, like you don't need to use Cyan at all, that's fine. He's very squishy actually when it comes to these higher Relic battles anyways. And then Tuscans, now they don't have Chieftain and Warrior, but I would still highly recommend, because they do have Tuscan Raider at Relic 5, just slap an Omicron on his unique, because in 3v3, Tuscan Raider is the team. The other guys, they get killed off quickly, whether they're Relic up or not. It's really the whole annoying thing with Tuscan Raider, that, you know, it'll, especially now with 3v3 coming up, definitely highly recommend, you know, the Tuscan Raider and Captain Rex are kind of your next two Omicrons you apply, because it just gives you a couple of more teams, annoying teams you can put on defense in 3v3. And finally, unaligned force users, basically Starkiller to Relic 1, I would get him to Relic 7, right, so he can hit very hard. Then also let's get more, at least to Relic 3, you know, similar like Amidala squad, just to boost them a little bit, you know, from Relic 1. It's not so big of an investment from getting from Relic 1 to Relic 3. They got Seer at Relic 7, that's probably for the Baraka mission, I would imagine, so let's also slap Omicron on Seer. And then obviously we also will want to work on Malachus as well, getting him to Relic 7, slap Omicrons on him. Let's get Kyle at least to Relic 3, and then you can use him with Rey, because once we'll go to the defense, you know, we will definitely want a little bit boost your Rey squad that you've been putting on defense. And obviously we do have then Shin and Marok. Let's farm them up to 7 stars, get them to Relic 7, so you can then unlock Balin. Now I've already mentioned, you already probably seen I mentioned Balin a few times, because apart from unlocking all the legendary, galactic legends and legendaries, I think they're only missing, well, Bo, but they've got her requirements now down, so they're missing Ahsoka, they're missing Balin. Obviously in terms of investments, I think Balin is obviously a bit smaller investments than Ahsoka, but also the reason why Balin maybe is a bit better is also because fine, Ahsoka is a galactic legend, so overall, you know, it's gonna be better than Balin, but it's a bigger investment, and out of that you only get Ahsoka. You can only get like one team out of it, whereas with Balin's farm you kind of get 2 teams out. You obviously get Balin, Marok and Shin doing their thing, and then you also get you know, Great Mothers and Morgan. And since you've got the rest of Night Sisters already, by farming Balin you will get 2 solid squads to use instead of just 1. And I don't think they have Ezra yet, but obviously looking at, they do have most recent conquest units, they probably are close. They just need to farm them a little bit from Proving Grounds. They've got Bane as well, which is nice, yeah. So probably they're not far away from Ezra as well, but you know, I would still maybe prioritize Balin in front of Ahsoka just for those reasons that I mentioned. Just gives you 2 teams essentially instead of 1 with less investment, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's kind of going through the roster, discussing different things, mods, Omicrons, Relic upgrades, farming things to 7 stars. So let's now hop over to the plan and see how it looks like. As mentioned before, in terms of Relic 7, it's all around Balin's requirements, and then Marin and Peridia, they kind of go hand in hand with Morgan and Great Mothers from Balin's farm. They sort of kind of batch together there. And then 4 of these, including, I think they've got Night Trooper to Relic 7 already. They can use this squad then on Dathomir in territory battles to complete the special mission there with Marin, which is good. Bo-Katan, they'll unlock her soon-ish, I guess. Same thing, get her to Relic 7. There's a Tatooine special mission with her. And then we can, you know, push our Unaligned Force users a little bit higher up, getting Omicrons on them so they're a bit more powerful. And then after that, we can worry about Rey, because, you know, looking at their Grand Arena history, what they're facing, it seems like their Kylo is already kind of doing for the most part what Kylo needs to do without Rey. That's why I would suggest kind of filling up the rest of the things first. And then just kind of, you know, small, I guess, you know, small upgrades from Relic 1 to Relic 3 or from Gear 12 to Relic 3. So hopefully these ones can be done in a timely manner. So all of these guys we do want to push to Relic 3. Some Omicron recommendation as mentioned before. And the kind of outliers that they don't fit anywhere, like on the graphic itself. Iden for her ship to Relic 3 and Maul to Relic 3, just to a little bit, you know, boost damage. In terms of changes for defense, they actually share their most recent defenses with them on 5v5 and 3v3. So these are then my recommendations. Obviously, they can feel free to adjust. This is just what I would do in their place. So Admiral Raddus on 5v5, I just prefer to have Raddus on offense because it's just a cheesy team. It can really do a lot. It can really punch up above its weight just because of the whole, you know, Raddus gene cheese that you have going on. Or even you can use them with Galactic Legend Leia to take down Ahsoka's, to take down those annoying Rey Ezra squads as well. So instead, as mentioned before, let's get these 3 guys to Relic 3, and then in 5v5 they can replace your Raddus squad, and then in 3v3 replace your Phasma, because, you know, Phasma has no place on defense, let's be real. And then in terms of your Imperial Troopers, Imperial Remnants, sorry, not Troopers, Remnants, again, get them to Relic 3, these 3 guys, and they can replace the Geo squad both in 5v5 as well as 3v3. And then they've been placing Grey Jedi training team on defense with the Resistance, which, you know, it's fine, I guess, for certain period. But let's get Zori up to relics. You don't even have to put Omicron on her if you like. You have a bit of an Omicron crunch. Even without Omicron, for the most part, she will do what she needs to do. Already, Omicron is just a little bit of a boost, but you know, that's fine. It's not a high priority thing. I think other Omicrons will benefit you more. And then obviously, instead of Grey Jedi training, we should put Fiend team on defense, both in 5v5 and 3v3 with Zori in there. Then we already discussed, let's get Savage and Nihilus to Relic 3, and then you have a Traya squad in 5v5 and 3v3 that replaces your Bosk. And then we got Rebel Fighters. So before, looking at they don't really have a Mon Mothma squad outside of Mothma and Kyle. So what I would suggest that instead they go down the Saw route. So we get Omicrons on Saw, Captain Rex, we get Luthen, we get Kara, all these guys to Relic 3. And then instead of Mothma that they've been placing down in 5v5 and 3v3, Saw then replaces that. And then in 3v3, then Captain Rex kind of is not needed in a Saw lineup. Then it's kind of, you know, he goes under Rex, lead, and 5s. It's kind of a annoying team to deal with sometimes, right, in 3v3. Now they've been placing Rey down on defense, but they're that more kind of like an OG Rey lineup with Hero Finn, Hero Poe, because those 2 guys will be going into the Finn Zori lineup. We then obviously need to now bring Cal and Ben to Relic 3, slap Omicron, at least, you know, that one, is it Force Dyad or whatever it's called, on Ben, and then your Rey team can look like this: Rey, Ben, Ray, Sortie, and Cal, and then in 3v3 just basically Ray, Ben, Cal. And as mentioned before, we can push here K2 to Relic 3. In 3v3, alright, this is a little bit more annoying, but you definitely want to have K2 instead of Cassian on defense, just to have a tank in there to make it a little bit more annoying for like bounty hunters and Bad Batch and things like that. As mentioned before, you know, Tusken Raider, you can just slap an Omicron on him straight away and put these guys on defense in place of Fifth Brother, because, you know, let's face it, Inquisitors, if there is no Riva, they won't do a whole lot on defense or offense. And then just some of the other adjustments I would make, instead of John's Grievous, which, you know, for the most part can be soloed by Wampa, you just want to put your 501st on defense in 5v5 and 3v3. Then instead of Phasma in 5v5, you could put Starkiller on defense, because, you know, they have a lot of Galactic Legends available on offense. So I'll just, you know, probably could get away with Stout Starkiller, I think, on offense. So I'll just put that on defense, and then maybe 3v3, like instead of Poggle, which again, you know, it's not that great, right? Maybe put Dash Han Chewie on defense, and just some then minor adjustments here when it comes to your Malgus squad. Obviously, we want to have Talon up there with Treya, and really you want to include Malak here with Malgus, especially in 5v5, just to make it more annoying. But obviously the rest of the Malgus squad you have on defense, it's fine. And then in 3v3 we can kind of do a split Malgus Revan lineups instead of your Sana and Newt squads. And then Qui-Gon Jinn you've been putting down in 5v5, that's fine. Let's just obviously get Cadmund into Relic 3 so he hits a little bit harder. And also, most importantly, let's get Calaran back in the team instead of Isla, because Calaran back has this whole anti-Bad Batch mechanic going on, so he just a little bit makes it more challenging to take down a, you know, a Qui-Gon team in 5v5 Grand Arena with something cheap. So this is kind of the changes I would suggest that they make to their defense. But again, this is just what I would do. We all have different play styles, different ideas, how we want to go about it. In terms of ships, I had a look at what they're doing. You know, it's okay. Nothing to say about ships. It's just these, just a little bit, you know, refresh the defense, because it looks like they haven't updated it in a while. Which, you know, I get it. Like, I do have a smaller account that's in a Rhodium as well, and there also I haven't touched my defense in months, because, you know, I don't care so much there. That roster is all about territory battle Omicrons, at least at the moment. But once I test what I can, I'm not sure yet what direction that account will go. Alright guys, so that's all for today's video. Hopefully it was useful, helpful, interesting, maybe fun, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, but I think it's a very nice roster, very nice base to work with. They've got more or less everything now in terms of Galactic Legends, Legendaries, so just kind of filling in the gaps, right, completing certain squads, pushing out a few Omicrons, and a little bit then, you know, these new teams that they've built up, a little bit refresh, update their Grand Arena defense to help out a little bit with their performance. Thank you for watching, I'll see you in the next one, but until then, have fun, enjoy life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.